G'day, Wester here. Okay, I'm sorry it's a little bit dark. There's a bit bright out the back there in the yard. I just want to show you my setup for the my Hotus X52 on the DCS in a UH-60 helicopter. I did about 300 hours of flying just recently over the last few weeks, rapidly trying to increase my learning curve in Armour 3. I've only done like 3 hours in this, but today's my first day back for 3 months because it was frustrating. But anyway, so I've got it sorted now, but basically the control setup was wrong. Now that I've come back to this, I've got, wow, this is sluggish. So what it is just go to adjust, so just from your main screen, just press escape and just go adjust controls and click on access commands. Come down to your cyclic pitch and roll. We'll start with Joy Y pitch, so that's nose up and down, tune combo axis, and I've got it set at everything standard, 0 dead zone, 100 for X and Y saturation, and -40 for curvature. So that basically, if you move it into the minus, it gives you more sensitivity on the cyclic controls. So you want that, and the same, exactly match that same thing for your roll as well. So -40, 0, 100, 100, -40, and that allows you, because you notice that if you've got it set to 0, which I'll show you quickly, I'll just change that back to 0 and do the same for this one. And you watch what happens. It's very sluggish, and the helicopter drifts off to the front, forwards, before you even have a chance, because it's so slow. And there's very, like, I'm moving my actual joystick here probably 20 mil, and it's only moving about 5 on there, and it should be 1 for 1. So that's why the -40 works really well for me. So as I slowly try to pick up, see how it rolls forward? It's because you can't, I'm trying to pull back, and I've ended up having to pull back almost half to 3/4 of the way to get it to pick up straight. So I've like got maximum, almost maximum on controls. So you basically got to pick it up like that, and it's really sluggish, and very sluggish. Like to control, it's very sluggish. Oops. Okay, we've rolled it. So I need to start again. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's very sluggish. It should not be like that. Helicopters should be set up with a lot more input responsiveness to your, because it's almost run on thought command in real life for most things. So you're basically moving 5mm, 10mm, and it's just nose down, or you know. So anyway, so yeah, I did 300 hours of rapid learning in Armour 3, and played with the settings and got it all happy with it, and just the responsiveness, even though it's not quite the same. So I'll reset that up again, change adjust controls, drop down access commands, cyclic pitch, yes, pitch, right click, tune commands, set that to -40, same with the X, set that to -40. I have tried it a little bit higher at 50, and it's just too sensitive.
This mission starts with your aircraft
so
ready
as you
for
can
takeoff.
see,
You may fly the plane
wait
route
till the sky
or just
finishes
explore the
talking. Don't be
area.
rude.
There are no threats.
Okay. So I'm just hot off the grid. So basically, I'm looking at my joystick, and it's moving exactly the same as on the helicopter. So now when I pick up, I'll apply a little bit of left pedal to stop, give us a bit of anti-torque as we pull up. But I can get control pretty much. I'll probably make a fool of myself, but I can get control of the helicopter pretty quickly without drifting forward like you saw in the other one. And I wasn't pushing it forward, it was just drifting forward. So, and it's because I was pulling back on the collective and it wasn't giving me enough input. I had to pull pretty hard to get it to pull up, and that's no good. So I'll just ease up. And as you can see, so I'm about 20 feet in the air now. We'll just spin around and get out of the runway. We'll go and land over in this paddock over the back here. We'll get away from the airport. Just watch out for that plane coming in there. Just nose over these trees. So anyway, so yeah, I've got all my bleed flares and everything pretty good, pretty well sorted. Put a bit of, so I'm just going to bleed flare it down now. And as you can see, okay, almost at 0 knots now, so I'll start dropping down. Okay, we're at 20, 18, 17, a bit more collective. Okay, so now I can focus on the grass. Yeah, so it's way more control as you come up. I mean, you can come down to, let's get out of there, the shadows a bit so we can see. Here we go. So as you can see, my CYCLIC is putting in some good input. Just ease back till it stops, and then I'll slowly descend. And that's it. So that pretty much gives you way more control, and the helicopter is pretty responsive, so you can do like torque turns. Obviously you don't want to overcook it because this is DCS. You know, you'll get blade slap and everything going on here. But yeah, it's really good. And you know, you can come in and bleed your speed off by pulling some tail in. And just get it under control. Okay, so anyway, that's yeah, lots of concentration, but you'll find that you have way more control over the helicopter. So as you can see, I'm concentrating pretty hard. I'm looking down at my feet through the bottom glass there, and you can see it's good if you've got shadows because you can see if you're closing on the ground. But I do glance up at the gauges and I'm at 15 feet now, 16, and I'm looking at my attitude to make sure I'm not rolled over too much, so I'm coming down level, because sometimes when you're concentrating so hard you're not actually paying attention to the attitude of the helicopter itself. But anyway, that gives you a rough idea. And enjoy. Hopefully give me some feedback, let me know how you went. I've now feel like I've got a little bit more understanding and feel for how helicopters fly and it's made me a better pilot doing all those hours in Armour 3. And then when I came back to this, it was a transferable skill set. So yeah, so I like practice a lot of bleed flares and changing transitional flight to hover from high speed to transitional to low speed to hover and taxiing, all that sort of stuff. I learnt on Armour 3. So, but see, as you can see, I've got a lot more control, and you can roll forwards on these too because they've got wheels. You know, go your wheel brakes. But yeah, anyway, I've said enough. I hope that has of some benefit to you guys out there. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you later. Cheers, Westy over and out.